about Mr. Arnold. Anyway, I'm making this video, right? Because this geezer, he's trying to deny it, but I've seen the evidence. He's actually got a sexual harm prevention order against him. I'll tell you what crime he did. Um, he used to work in a gym, right? And he's quite a muscly geezer. I don't know whether he's on the steroids or whether he's been on them or what, but he's quite a muscly geezer. And he was nicked for 12 counts of fraud against women. And what that involved, right, he was working in a gym. And what that involved was he had gym wear. And he was explaining to them that he owned a company and he wanted girls to model his gym wear. And he was making these girls dress up in all this skimpy sort of sports gear. What he'd done, he'd sort of, the crutch of the sports gear, he'd cut out so he could see all the girls' bits and bobs. Yeah, and there was 12 accounts of that. And he went to prison for that. And he's still on a sexual harm prevention order. It just amazes me that he's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And the truth is actually out there. If you Google it, Curtis Arnold, you'll see. And another thing he did, he actually videoed, like I videoed a lot of things. I don't know if you remember, it was Nicola Bulley, the woman that got found dead in the river. He actually videoed her being pulled out of the river. Like, I video a lot of things, you know what I mean? But you got moral. Well, he clearly hasn't got any morals. You know what I mean? I've got morals. I wouldn't video somebody dead, basically. They got a family, do you know what I mean? And he thinks nothing about that. And he also slipped up, right? He was doing one of his auditor videos, right? And the policeman said to him, "Oh, we've been told by Staffordshire Police or whoever that, by the way, we know you're on a sexual harm prevention order." And he's uploaded that video, right? And he thought, shit, that's got out. And he's doctored it, but people have already seen that and downloaded that before. But yeah, DJ Media, he's changed his name once as well. You'll see him, he's always very intimidating, just very fucking, very strange. He puts the camera on the women and that all the time. He's had complaints and that. And to be honest, I don't think having a sexual harm prevention order against you, I don't know the ins and outs of that. I've never been into that sort of thing, right? But surely that prevents him from starting a YouTube channel, which is going up to and intimidating women, which is what he's doing in his auditor videos. A lot of intimidation going on, especially with the women. Surely that's breaking his order. I'm not an expert in sexual offences and all of that. I deal with the normal side of criminal behaviour, do you know what I mean? But you would imagine, and someone else called him out, there's another video out in London, he was at the protest, and the other auditor, AJ Audits, man, or yeah, AJ Audits, I think it is, he's called him out. Good night. And he wouldn't come over to him. He's also put out a video, right, saying that he hasn't got a sexual harm prevention order against him. He's got a harm prevention order against his house. Well, there's no such thing as that. Yeah, very strange guy. It just amazes me that he's not been arrested yet for actually doing what he's doing. But very strange. Fucking. I think quite a few newspapers as well have called him out. Obviously, if you've got a sexual fucking harm prevention order against you, and you've done time for being a fucking wrong 'un, you shouldn't be fucking out there videoing women, should you? Do you know what I mean? That's my perspective of it. And you can see in his videos, right, he gets a pretty girl, right, and he's booming his cameras on her, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's so obvious. Do you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, I'm going to roll up. Hello there, how are you? And then I've got to go to the chemist to get my medication. I might take the drone out as well. Have a good weekend. And I might treat myself to a bottle of Baileys. I'm very well, thank you. Just going to roll up. Still smoking. Roll up. The only auditor that isn't really taking the piss so much is Pure Audits. Anyway, we're going to be doing a couple of audits ourselves. I've got some interesting places to visit. All I've got to do is I've got to get my body camera. Obviously, when people do the audit video, sometimes it can turn violent. I ain't got an issue with that. But I've got an issue with people. I mean, I can control myself till it gets to the point where I've got to defend myself, then it's legal. But obviously, you've got to have a body camera on because somebody might attack you. You might give him a good pasting. And he might say, you started it. Do you know what I mean? So you got to cover yourself. But yeah. I think the only ones that... I've seen a few auditor ones where the people just come out and they're just downright abusive. But a lot of the auditors are abusive and are very argumentative. But Pure Audits, the way all he's trying to do is fly his drone and take pictures, which is legally... All he's doing really is educating people. And I actually like it when these people come out. You can't fucking fly your drone. You can't do that. You can't take a picture. And he says, would you like me to educate you? Some of them, listen, get educated. They call the police, some of them. You know what happens? The police get educated. And I can't wait to do a few of them videos, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm fully qualified now with my drone. I know all the law. Know where I can fly and where I can't. But where it's a new thing, people think you can't do it. It's crazy. And with my drone, well, I've got a little drone, it means I can fly right above people, right close up next to people, whereas bigger drones cannot get near to people. Well, I can fly right over your house, I can fly in your back garden. I can fly near to people, I can record you even if you're not in my video. Obviously, there are places you can't fly, but I've got an app which tells me. Am I out dogging tonight? No, not tonight, mate. I'll let you have tonight. It's your night tonight. Anyway, pitch black out there. Another weekend is upon us. And I might get a big bottle of Baileys and just get rat-faced. How about that? That's what I reckon's on the cards tonight. Hello there. Got my two-tone t-shirt on. The specials. We've got to go to the chemist though and get my medication. YouTube, the internet, the only place that paedophile and nonces can get like 100 subscribers, like 1,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. It's unbelievable. It's like that other geezer. What's that other geezer? Michael Barrymore. When they nonce that lad, man, in the swimming pool. Do you remember that? Also, oh, we don't know what happened. Right bunch of nonce. Proper wrong un. Old Barrymore. No, mate, just a roll up tonight. Nothing in it. I've got a THC vape down there, though. Was I in the pool? No, mate. I don't roll with Barrymore's crowd, I'm afraid. Someone's asked me, am I a proper naughty boy? Only on a Sunday. Yeah, man. what they did to that lad. What's his name? Lovehook. Poor lad. Behave yourself, man. I just won't even read that. Stuart Lovehook, that was his name. Severely raped and buggered and murdered. They didn't ring the police or an ambulance for about 30 minutes. The pulse thermometer, which they were, I ain't got to say what they were doing with the pulse thermometer. Do you know what I mean? But that went missing. Barrymore went. So if there's a murder in your house, you don't disappear, do you? Unbelievable. Yeah, I see Barrymore. I see him on here, man. He's on TikTok or something. He's got fucking millions of people following him. I'm thinking, don't you know? That poor fucking lad. And it might not have been Barrymore that did it, right? But all of them 8 or whatever people that are there, all of them are saying no one knows what happened to him. And he's found floating, buggered, sexually abused to death in a swimming pool. And nobody saw nothing. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, they should all be fucking banged up. Because they're all bullshitting. And Barrymore, if you see this, man, you're just a fucking wrong 'un, bruv. I wouldn't come to one of your fucking pool parties even if you paid me. Simple as that. But yeah, check it out. If you don't know the case, The Body in the Pool. Go check it out. Poor fucking lad. Apparently the lad weren't even gay. Do you know what I mean? So heaven knows what they fucking did to him. But they had all the coke out and that. Barrymore had the big bag of sniff out. Yeah, I want some of this. And when they asked him, did you have the coke out? No, I never had that out. You know what I mean? He had his head in the bag, mate. They all had their heads in the bag. Which is fair enough. You know what I mean? Get your head in the bag. I've had my head in the bag before, do you know what I mean? But you don't go around doing things like that, do you? I believe they was all paid to hush hush, do you know what I mean? Barrymore had a lot of money back then. A lot of hush hush money. But I guess the truth there will come out in the end on that case. But it's still an open case. Do you know what I mean? It's still open. Which means there's still a wrong 'un out there. And how all of them, every person that was there can state that they don't know. Someone knows, do you know what I mean? You don't sexually abuse yourself to death, do you? Do you know what I mean? It's just amazing. Only on the internet could people like that have such a following. And yeah, it might not have been him that did it, but I'm quite sure he knows who did do it. Well, someone knows something. I mean, they're all saying no one knows nothing. No one saw anything. I mean, they all should, really, that's perverting the course of justice, so they should all be nicked for that. I don't know. And he also said, Barrymore said he couldn't swim. Well, Barrymore's wife of many, many years came forward against him and said she knows he can swim. And a few of his pals come forward and said, we know you can swim. Do you know what I mean? But I believe that the thing's still an open verdict, so there's still time for people to get arrested, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you a bit later.